Hey guys, what is going on? My name is NoJ456, and today I have a raid tutorial for you guys. We were one of the top 10 groups in the world to beat this, and I have a tutorial for you guys on how we beat it. Just little tiny tips and tricks and things that I want to talk about to make sure you guys can beat this as well and get some of the awesome raid primary weapons. That if you want to see gameplay of all the raid primaries, I have gameplay of all of them on my channel. You can go check in the description down below, or it will be up very, very soon if the link isn't there already. But anyway, make sure you guys do subscribe. If you do, leave a like on this video if it does help you out, and let's go ahead and get into the tutorial here. So just right off the bat, what you want to do is have a Titan put down the Blessing of Light bubble, and you need to make sure you have the shields because these little acolytes will just kind of chip away at your health and you'll start off with less health than you want, and that's never good at all. So just have a Titan put down a bubble. You don't have to have it, but again, we found it a lot easier, and we just kind of had these bubbles being put down the whole time. So first off, again, if you don't know, you will not regen health in this raid. You basically just have to pick up super orbs if you have a piece of armor that does that. A lot of the raid armor from the CROTAS in normal mode will actually do that, and I didn't actually have that. I got a bad roll with mine, so I did not have a level 32 piece that did this. I would just basically have to switch to another piece of armor, pick up a super orb to regain my health, and I would switch back to level 32. You'll see me do that in a few times, but again, you guys will I'll speak more about that whenever we come to it. So anyway, as you can see here, what I am doing is making sure I'm a hunter. It's honestly a lot easier if a hunter does this. And then as you probably know, I'm not going to speak too much about the normal mode strategies, but again, I'm slicing him 4 times. I'm dropping the sword. I'm knifing him to go invis, and then as soon as he stands back up and my team takes him down again, I'm already there because I'm invisible, and I can just hit him over and over and over. And it's honestly a lot easier for hunters to run the sword in this raid if they have all the invisibility stuff unlocked. So that is the main thing that you want to do. That is the main thing. And as you can see in that corner, that's where we have the Titans put down the bubble. It stops the big guys, the boomers up top, from spawning and shooting you over and over and over, and it's very, very important. But what you saw right there is another new addition. The witches will spawn, and there's also a gatekeeper that spawns. So first of all, the witch will spawn basically whenever you basically I'm saying basically a lot because I'm trying to remember everything that I need to talk about, but whenever a knight would spawn, there would usually be a knight that jumps down from where the boomers spawn, run onto the walkway, and run towards you. That is what you need to kill. That is the wizard now. It is no longer a knight, it's a wizard, and you need to make sure you take that out ASAP because it will kind of like light you up and destroy you right off the bat. The second thing is there is gatekeeper standing down low. He will basically just spawn over and over and over, and he makes it very, very hard to do the bottom middle strategy. You do not want to do the bottom middle strategy in this, and if you don't know what the bottom middle strategy is, if what I'm doing here looks exactly like everything else that you've been doing, that's good. That's what you want to be doing on this hard mode. So as you can see here, again, I'm using the stealth to get the most hits as possible. And now we need to talk about Crota's health, the hardest part of this raid. I mean, it seems like it's not too bad. You don't regen health unless you pick up super orbs and stuff like that. And as you can see, that's what I'm about to do here. I'm about to swap to my armor piece. It doesn't look too bad so far. It looks exactly like the normal mode. But the main thing is the fact that once Crota gets below, I think about 1/6 of his health, as you can see right now, that is the lowest you can get whenever I take a look at Crota. That is the lowest you can get it to without activating his enrage. He will basically enrage if you get him below 1/6 health. That is why you need to have the absolute best timing whenever it comes to finishing off Crota. You can get close a lot of times. We got it close an hour ago before we beat it, but then we didn't know about the enrage. He enraged, and then we just basically wiped right off the bat here. So basically you'll see what happens with that in just a second here. I'm switching back to my level 32 gear, and this part is exactly like the normal mode. You just need to make sure you take out the ogres, and then whenever you take out the ogres, or whenever Crota rotates back middle after finishing off this part, what you want to do is make sure that you go all the way back. And again, we're just using the Blessing of Light to take as much damage from the ogres as possible before and just making sure they don't kill us. I almost got killed right there and ended the run, and if the hunter dies, it's pretty much over because the hunter needs to have that stealth. And as you can see, Crota rotated back to the top of the map, and that is when we rotated all the way over to the other side. Again, this is just kind of like general strategy and things that you did for the normal mode. But here we go, I'm regaining my health, and again, this part isn't too different at all. So just make sure you take down the ogres as soon as possible, and then Crota will rotate back to the right side, and we waited till he went all the way back to the middle. So as you can see right here, this is where we still have the ogres up. We pushed out here, and we made sure to take down the ogres, and as soon as they were down, then the sword bearer is coming out, but we didn't have to rush at any point during this time. Whenever you have this part out, as you can see, Crota's rotating over to the other side, so we're not going to do it. We're only going after Crota when he's in the middle, and a lot of teams were trying trying like a 3-sword strategy where you try to get 3 rotations of sword on Crota, it's not necessary at all. If you get 7 to 8 hits on every single one, and make sure you don't take him down below his health limit until the very, very last time when you're ready to kill him, you will have no problem with this raid at all. It's pretty much exactly like the normal one, again, besides the health regen and the wizard spawning. And it's really, I don't know, it took us a long time. I'd still say it's one of the most difficult things, but the actual strategy itself isn't too bad. You just need to make sure that everyone has the timing right. The boomer spawns timing is right. You need to make sure you protect the guy from the wizard. As you can see, the wizard spawned up there. We just had all of our team firing at him, and I was working on taking down the sword bearer and making sure that Crota wasn't rotating back middle. Until he rotates back middle, we didn't kill him, and then whenever he went, as you can see right there, we killed him. And then this is where it's crunch time right here. This is the hardest part of the raid. This is where you need all of the Galahorns or big damage weapons that you can get. So as you can see, I hit him once and he enraged. He is already enraged, and then I had to drop my thing, knife him, go invis, and then the Oversoul is up right now. We are just burning, putting as much damage down as possible, and we killed him. The Oversoul would have killed us here, but we already took down Crota. That is how close it is going to be pretty much every single time, unless you get a perfect run or you have a super on the sword or something like that. It is going to be extremely close, and I'll play it again right here in slow motion. As you can see, we hit him, he enraged, and that is the amount of health that he is at whenever he enrages. So you can take a look at that, use it as reference whenever you're doing this for yourself. You can kind of call it out for your team if you watch this tutorial. And again, this is how close it was. The Oversoul was about to kill us, and we managed to get it. But anyway, guys, that is the raid tutorial. That is how you beat the Crotas in hard mode. It's not too difficult if you know what to do. It's just kind of like practice, trial and error until you get the team down and ready to go. This is going to be definitely a harder one to do than Atheon. Atheon is super easy currently, and just Crota is very difficult, especially with the sword bearer not having to mess up and everything like that. But that was our perfect run. That is how we got it. That's how we were number 10 in the world. And obviously something may come out in the future that's even a better strategy, but for now, this is the best strategy, and this is what we use. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe for daily GTA 5 and Destiny content, as well as Call of Duty. I will see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.